1 John chapter 5, verse 16. If any man see his brother sin a sin which is not unto death, he shall ask, and he shall give him life for them that sin not unto death. There is a sin unto death. I do not say that he shall pray for it. I've been dealing with this matter of a sin unto death, and I've been dealing with the matter of sin in a larger context. You and I understand that obviously sin is sin, but not all sin is the same, and the judgment of God is not the same upon all sin. The line of demarcation I may not entirely understand, but the distinction is definite. In one instance, there is a sin which is not unto death, and the believer is exhorted to pray for that brother, that God would help him and forgive him. On the other hand, John says there is a sin unto death, and he says, do not pray for that man. So obviously the distinction and the difference is pointed out in the very text that I'm reading. I'm not preaching that we should be soft on the matter of sin, but I am preaching exactly what I read in the text of a King James Bible. And it is obvious to anyone reading this that these are not dealt with in the same fashion. What is sin, and how do I define the matter of sin? And I pointed out on the program yesterday that there are negative aspects of the matter of sin. Sin is not fortuitous or a chance happening. It's not an accident. Secondly, it's not the mere weakness of the creature. It's not innate. Thirdly, the matter of sin is simply not the absence of good. Obviously, there is no good in sin, but sin would not be defined as just the absence of good. And then sin is not an outgrowth of good or a step backward. And I mentioned yesterday the term devolution. And I think we have a tremendous amount of devolution in our society today, a devolving, not evolving, but devolving, called devolution. As I look around, I see a new paganism that is at hand, neo-paganism. And of course you know that neo-paganism is like the New Age movement. The New Age is simply the old lie, and neo-paganism is nothing but old paganism. But the idea that we are beyond the matter of paganism is unknown in our society. The pagans offered their babies, newborn babies, to the pagan gods, spell that with a little g, and it's interesting that the matter of abortion is a religious act as far as those that promote the matter of abortion. As far as I'm concerned, they are pagans. And the matter of abortion is child sacrifice to them. And I would challenge anyone to argue with me and to state that what I have said is wrong. Now that I've given some negative aspects of the matter of sin, what are some positive aspects of the matter of sin? One writer said it like this: in the Old and New Testaments alike, sin is thought of chiefly as a breach or a rupture of relations between the sinner and the personal God. When we look briefly at the Old Testament teaching, sin manifests itself in many ways, but the ruling thought in them all is the departure of the sinner from the will of Jehovah God. There was indeed transgression of the law, but it was God's law. It was the law of Jehovah. So when men commit sin, there is always at the heart of it, or at the root of it, there is always the matter of selfishness. The man or the woman would say, but this is what I want. This is how I want it. I demand my rights. I demand happiness. I am not hurting anybody. How many times have we heard this saying? It's my life I have a right to live my life the way I want to. You live your life, and I will live my life. At the